All right, greetings everybody and welcome to week number 2. That is right, week number 2 of your 7314 class, which is your reference class. As always, I'm your professor, Dr. J.S.K. Austin. And what we are going to be doing today is a quick state of the course update. And then after that state of the course update, I am going to tell you all about Google Scholar. And then I'm also going to tell you all a little bit about Journal Finder and Interlibrary Loans. So these are tools that you're going to want to have in your toolbox as you are completing this class and completing the program and throughout your career in librarianship. These are tools, Journal Finder and Interlibrary Loan are tools that pretty much every librarian is going to use at some point, but they are also tools that I don't assume that people know what they are if they do not already work in libraries, and not all of you do. So we are going to learn about these tools today, but again, first, a state of the course update. First of all, so the most important thing that we need to know with this state of the course update is, again, I am missing one person. I have 24 people who have done the introductory post and told me where they live. I have 25 students in this class, and only 24 by my count have actually put in their information on the introductory post, and I need that information in order to help you get your partners. So for the one person who has still not completed it, please go ahead and complete the introductory post. That way, it does look like you're probably going to end up in a group of 3 here, but depending on where you live, I may do some other things. But yes, we have 2 people who are waiting for their partner assignment. And again, there are only 24 names here, and I have 25 people in this class. So whoever has not done the introductory post, please go ahead and do it. That is the first thing that I needed to bring to your attention. The second thing, as far as state of the course update, everybody completed the syllabus quiz and everybody got everything right. So good job there. Also, so far, despite having one person withstanding with the introductory post, I will say that you all responded to the introductory post request much faster than my classes usually do, and so I'm very encouraged by that. I hope that that is a good sign that this is going to be a good semester with a good class, okay? So that is good, and what we have on the horizon as far as things that are going to be due, well, you do have, and let's actually I'll pause while I X. All right, so going back over here, you actually do have your first assignment, your first assignment that isn't what I'll call a standard discussion board prompt. That is going to be due on this coming Sunday, the database unassignment. So again, if you go into this assignment, it's going to be worth a total number of 5 points. And all you do is you have to just copy this format here and then replace the information that I have for cables with the information from your assigned database. If you do want to switch databases, if you want to trade with a classmate, or if you want to do a database that's unassigned, there are a few that are unassigned here. As I scroll down here, you'll see that there are some unassigned, like zoological record and Consumer Health Complete, and those things are unassigned. If you want to do one of those, or if you want to do a public library database that Mizzou does not have access to, by all means, just contact me more than likely if you want to do a different library database than the one you were assigned. As long as it's not something that a classmate of yours is assigned, I will probably let you do it, okay? And also, we had perfect attendance with last week's sync session, so that was also great, okay? I forgot to show you all something, so let me go ahead and do that now. One thing that I do, I forgot this is your first check-in video this semester, even though it's the second week, because we had that sync session the first week. So one thing that I do is I show people how to actually speed up videos in YouTube with this first check-in video that I have in each class. And so I need to do that now. For those of you who didn't know, sorry that you had to listen to me speak slowly without speeding me up for the past few minutes, but we're going to remedy that now. So how do you speed up a check-in video? Here's how you do it. Hold on. All right, so let's get me back here, and let's say you got a song here. Let's see. Hurry up. Okay. And I've actually already got these guys sped up. So what it would be is if you had normal speed, it's going to default to normal speed.
I don't think I'll ever change these ways.
All right, so that's normal speed. And then
wrong turn.
you can usually speed me up to 1.5 or even 1.75 and still understand everything that I'm saying. So as you can hear, normal speed, and now 1.5 speed.
Watch them fall like autumn leaves, and honestly, even angels cry. Even angels cry.
And you can tell that that's faster, and that's how you speed up a YouTube video. So if you want to speed these up, again, I'm from the rural South. I speak very slowly. So what you're going to want to do, you are going to want to speed up the check-in videos. And so that way, usually these check-in videos are going to be around 30 minutes. But if you speed them up, then they're around 22, 23 minutes if you speed it up to the 1.5. Okay. All right. So getting back into the class here. So again, one of the things that the thing that you have due this coming weekend, again, is going to be your database unassignment. And this should take you at most about 2 hours to finish. Some students actually get it done in about 30 to 45 minutes. But if you need 2 hours, that's fine. Actually, however much time you need, that's fine. But usually students are able to finish this within 2 hours. So it's not something that should really play with your schedule too much, okay? As far as oh, and let me bring a few other things to your attention. There are 2 course announcements that are in the class right now. I'm actually going to, let me actually talk about this alternative link in a few minutes. Let's talk about this. This course announcement right here is just a couple of optional webinars. I am going to demo opposing viewpoints in one of my check-in videos, but you can get a head start and attend this webinar about opposing viewpoints, learn what it does, learn when you would use it, etc., etc. And then also, and this is a free webinar, by the way, this one is this coming Wednesday, and then next Wednesday, there will be one with Gale Literature Resource Center, which is something that I used to demo, but it was making the check-in videos too long. So I no longer even demo this one anymore. So you might really, it's a good database to know. So if you can make the time to be there at that webinar and get some first-hand experience with that, or get some webinar experience with that, I would recommend that you do so, because it is one that you're going to be using in professional practice. Okay. And then as just a reminder, so one thing that you're going to want to do is when it comes to, I'm in the wrong place, sorry. When it comes to this week's discussion board prompt, again, discussion board number 2 actually spans over the course of 2 weeks. So it's a little unusual. You will see that you should have, oh, I got to change those dates, and I will change those dates. So you're going to have your first post up actually by February the 2nd, and then the second post up by February the 9th. So I will change those in a second, but yes, this one is going to span it's going to span across weeks 2 and week 3. And so I'm actually not going to be putting in a grade for this one next week. It'll be, the grade will probably be put in during week 4 instead of during week 3, okay? Because it'll still not be due until the end of week 3. All right, so that's your state of the course update there. And now we will talk about those 3 features. Okay, so actually when it comes to showing you all just when you would use Google Scholar, we actually got a perfect example of a good time to use that with one of our course announcements today. So one of your classmates did email me and let me know that the link for, and we will go to week number 2, that's week 3 and week 2. So this one right here, one of your classmates contacted me today to let me know that this was going on, and that's not great, and you won't be able to access the article that way. So the first thing I want to show you all is Google Scholar. So Google Scholar is something that it's going to be the starting place for a lot of students, especially a lot of graduate students. There are pros and cons to this being the starting point for a lot of graduate students, but for what it's worth, this is, if you work in an academic library, this is going to be the starting point for a lot of your graduate students. So if you come to a situation where you are not able to access something, one of the best things to do is to first see if there is an open link for it, an open access link for it within Google Scholar. And so what you can do is just go to scholar.google.com, and then you can paste in the information for the article that you're looking for. And if you see a link over here, then that means that that full text is available. So for this Sue and Son article, we do have this full text available just by clicking there, and that is actually what I used in order to get the full text of this article for you all, given that the website that originally hosted it, or is hosting it, is not available at this time. All right, having said that, there are some other features that you should know about, and those are the library's Journal Finder feature and their interlibrary loan feature. So let's take a look at those real quick. This should take me about 15 minutes to get through, and yeah, well, it'll take me 15 minutes unsped, so sped up, it will take even less. So we're looking at probably a 26-minute video today. Okay, so one thing that you all need to be aware of is that searches are not linear. I repeat, searches are not linear. So just because you see a search in a video, like a professional librarian doing a search, just because you see that in a video and it looks like it's linear and they followed this, they followed the steps perfectly from beginning to the end, it does not always work out like that, okay, folks? And so what you're about to see me do is I am about to actually show you all the searches in a nonlinear way, so there may be dead ends that I reach. And if you see me reach a dead end, you're going to see me go to an alternative method, okay? And that's how your searches really are going to be. Again, a lot of times when people are showing off searches and showing off features, they make it look like the search is linear, and they make it look like, you know, you put something in, you get something out, and it's just that simple. And it's not just that simple. So with that said, let's go ahead, and I am in Google Scholar, and let's say that I'm a grad student and I'm trying to do research on dental implants, and the first place I go is Google Scholar. Now, if you see these, again, these are supposed to be full text links. I'm going to deny all those. These are supposed to be full text links. So if you click any of those buttons, it's going to take you, or any of those links, is going to take you to the full text of the article. But as you can see, not all the articles have full text. Okay, and so when we have things that don't have that link to the side and don't have full text, that's when we may have to use our Journal Finder feature, or it may be when we have to use our interlibrary loan. So let's see here. I'm trying to find a good one. I'm going to pause this while I do it. Okay, let's pick on this guy right here. General Dentistry 2005. This might be something that we are able to pull up in one of our Mizzou journals. So this looks like a good one to kind of experiment with. So as you can see, once I click that link, I don't have access to the full text. This is just an abstract, and I need the full text. So how am I going to get that full text? Well, the first thing that you're probably going to want to do if you don't have that full text access through Google Scholar, or any link through Google Scholar, then what you can do is you can come to our library homepage, and our library homepage is going to be library.missouri.edu. And what you can do is try to find your journal, see if our library carries the particular journal that your article is going to be in. So in this case, that's going to be General Dentistry. So let's see. The way you would do a Journal Finder search is to look for, and we got to scroll down here, it's actually this one right here, looking for specific journal. Okay, it's going to bring me here. And you'll get better at knowing right away exactly what the journal title is. In this case, again, the journal title is General Dentistry. I know that because I've been doing this for so long that now I just find right away, I just find the journal information. And I know a lot of you are like that too. And if you're not like that, you will be soon. Okay. Okay, am I spelling that right? Okay. And so they do not have this General Dentistry journal. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find something. Again, the search process is not linear. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to try to find a a journal that we actually do have access to here in Mizzou. Hold on. All right, so I think I'm going to have a better shot with this one. This journal title is Diabetes and Metabolism. So let's do this. Diabetes and boom, there it is. Diabetes and Metabolism. You click search. Okay. And I think it's this one down here. Let's scroll down, Diabetes and Metabolism. And then you click this full text access to see what year range they have access for. And it does look like they have, I hate going into clinical keys, so I'm actually going to go into Science Direct because I do think that this was 2012. So this says Science Direct should have this from 2003 to the present, so it should have 2012. So I should be able to go into this. And again, I just want you all to see. Oh, goodness, that might actually be the full text anyway. Oh, no. Okay, it says purchase PDF, so that is not my full text. Sorry about that. So that means that I can try to access my full text this way. And so we can go to, and here's what you do. You can go to all issues, and then we were dealing with a situation where we were in volume 38, issue 1. So let's go all the way to volume 38. And then we can go down to issue number 1. And then we look for our title and page numbers, page 14 through 19. So if we scroll down, 14 through 19. So as you can see, again, I don't think this is the full text. I hope not, but it looks like it might be, but we'll see. But, because that's a shorter article, but even if it is, we do have our full text access right here, even if we didn't have it through Google Scholar immediately. And again, I think that since it's saying purchase PDF, I don't think that's the full text, but let's go in here and see what we've got. Okay, that definitely was not the full text, and so that's good. So this is your full text right here, including an image. So we've got this full text of, again, this dental implants and diabetes conditions for success. Got that right there. Accepted 2011, and there you go. And so that's how you would use the Journal Finder feature. All right, we're going to show you one more feature, and then we'll be done for this week. All right, so the next thing, actually, let me go back. Okay, so this time, let's say that we want this guy right here, Dental Implants, a survey of patients' attitudes. The Journal of Prosthetic Dentistry, 1989. So we are going a ways back. And so we probably won't have, even if we have like paper issues of this, we likely at Mizzou's library will not have online access to this. But let me just make sure, not that far back, but let me make sure. This is the Journal of Prosthetic Dentistry, and I can't spell that word correctly, so I'm just going to paste that in there. And all right, so they've got something, but I'm guessing we probably don't go back to 1989. We do not. Okay, so yes, so you need this article, and it's from 1989, and our access only goes back to 1995. So what do? Well, that's when you would use the interlibrary loan feature. So let's show you where that is and what that is and how that is. All right, so with the interlibrary loan feature, what you would do from Mizzou's library, and by the way, Mizzou is not the only library by far that offers interlibrary loan. Probably every library, probably every academic library in the state of Missouri offers some form of interlibrary loan, and then even the public libraries, most of them probably do. And if it's the only libraries that probably do not offer any sort of interlibrary loan within the state of Missouri are probably going to be libraries that are in very rural areas and are not very well funded as far as public libraries. And then K-12 libraries, I'm not really sure about. But yes, interlibrary loan is something that you will have access to as a Mizzou student. And then also if you need to interlibrary loan physical materials, that's probably something that you will be able to do through your public library. So having said that, let's go to request an item. And then we will go to log on to ILL at MU. And this is our interlibrary loan So our interlibrary loan interface here. Update this. And so for this guy that's from 1989, what we're going to do is we're going to put in a new request. So what we would do is go here. This is, by the way, the interface that you're looking at. Once you receive your article, once they process your interlibrary loan request, if they're able to locate your article, it will be sent to you electronically. You will get an email notifying you that the article has been sent here, and then you will go to electronically received articles and retrieve your articles. So in order to do a new request, we would do new request, and we would do new article request. The Journal of Prosthetic Dentistry, that's going to be the journal title. So you put the journal title here. Do not abbreviate it. And then the article title is going to go in this next line. Your article title is here. Copy and paste. Even though not all of these fields are required, I would also say that you want to fill out as many of the fields as possible, even though they're not all required. So we are going to put our authors there. Volume 62, issue 5. Volume 62, issue 5. We have November 1989. So November. And I am old enough to where I can actually remember 1989 just a little bit. I know that most of you all can't. I was 6 years old at the time, so I do have some memories of being 6. Not that many, but I do have a few. Inclusive pages will go there. And that is pretty much, oh yes, okay. So, and I don't do these usually, the ISSNs and call numbers and that sort of thing. But what I would say is most interlibrary loan requests are actually filled within 72 hours, okay? Most interlibrary loan requests for electronic materials, I should say, through Mizzou are filled within 72 hours. But you probably want to give about 2 weeks. So what I am actually going to do is put 02. I'm going to put 11/25, except in a language other than English, no. And then you don't have to fill out that stuff either about where you learn about the item. And then you just hit submit request, and then you will see this in the outstanding request here, awaiting request processing, and they'll process it and do all the things. And then once they have processed it again, I will get an email, and the email will direct me here and allow me to download the article from electronically received articles. So those are things that you're going to want to have in your toolbox. There are going to be some things that you don't have immediate access to through Mizzou. I do not want you to pay for those things. I want you to try to get those things through interlibrary loan. So if you are working on a paper in my class or any class, and you come across an article that you say, hey, this is going to be a really good article for my paper, but you don't have the full text access online and you don't see the immediate access through Mizzou's library, then what you can do is you can try the Journal Finder feature. And then if that's not working, if it looks like that journal is out of the scope of Mizzou's holdings, then you can put in an interlibrary loan request. You have already paid for the right to use interlibrary loan through your tuition, so I would say that you might as well use it because you have paid to use it already. So those are things that hopefully are going to, they are things that every librarian needs to know anyway, but hopefully those are also tricks that you didn't know, or even if you did know them, hopefully you're more familiar with them and how they work through Mizzou now, and hopefully you will use those to get the best grades you can possibly on whatever assignments you have in my class and in all classes from here on out throughout the rest of your academic career. So with that said, thank you for joining me today. I am Dr. Jace, and if you do not have immediate access to an article, do not put a frown on your face. Jace face, I made that wrong. Instead of frowning, go ahead and use one of these features and reach out to the library to see if they have more things that they might be able to use to help you get that information. All right, I will see you next week with some APA tools.